Hello, everyone, and welcome to sort of a cabaret-style People's Church today. We thought it would be easiest to have the potluck tables already set up, so I hope you come in and find a place and maybe sit with an old friend or a new friend. So yesterday, as my family was driving to the drag show at the other UU church across town, we started talking about bishops, which is a thing that you do when your mom is a minister and a geek about church governance. And my eldest, who is almost 8, had questions about how does that work? And so there's a bishop who's in charge of all of the churches in an area and can tell them what to do and what not to do. And that's the way it works at Methodist churches and Episcopalian churches and Catholic churches and a few others. And then he said, so does People's Church have a bishop? And are you the bishop? And I said, no, we do something radically different. At People's Church and some other churches who share our style, we have the whole congregation be in charge. I am not the bishop. It is not one single individual. While I get to make a lot of choices, like what songs we sing sometimes or how to set up the tables, I get that power from the congregation acting together in something called the Congregational meeting, and that's what we're doing today. So this is the gathering for a service, a meal, and a meeting where we do the work of our congregation, where we say we don't need bishops because we are wiser together than we ever could be alone. So come, let us gather. Come, let us worship together.
Good morning. Welcome to this opportunity to be together in community, which is a time of joy, comfort, and sometimes challenges. People's Unitarian Universalist Congregation is a place where we come to learn more about being human. We're not here because we figured out life's questions or because we think we've got it right. We come here to learn more about being in a relationship together, how to listen, how to forgive, how to be vulnerable, and how to create trust and compassion in one another. My name is Becky Moffett-Moore, and I'm from the Sunday Services Committee. I would like to extend a welcome to everyone gathered here this morning, though we are spread afar on Zoom. Whether you are new or regular at People's Church, to those of you who are visitors to our services or here for the first time, thank you for being with us. Now let us move into worship, willing to be authentic with each other, honest with ourselves, and open to connection in all its forms as we gather today for our annual meeting with faith in the practice of democracy.
As we begin, a few announcements. First, if you're here for the first time, no, we don't always have our Sundays set up quite like this one. Today is a service for all ages, and so we expect most of our children and everybody to stay in this room for the service. We do have a nursery, which is in that corner of the building, so if you have a wee one that needs to wiggle, that's a good place for them to be. We have a bunch of fidget toys and coloring sheets and other things like that at the table at the back. You can see some small people figuring out which exact fidget they want to play with right now. And we know that people of all ages sometimes need that to pay most attention. So if that's something that helps you engage today, please do that. Following the service today, there's a potluck here in person. I wish we could send you a plate through the magic of technology, Zoomers, but that hasn't been invented yet, as far as I know. So after the service in this space, people can go back into the foyer and grab a plate. You can eat even if you didn't bring anything. We are generous And we trust that there will be enough. And if there's not, we can raid the religious education snack cabinet and make sure everybody is fed enough. And then at noon, we will start our annual congregational meeting here where we do the business of our church, including passing a budget and electing our lay leaders for the coming year. We'll also have kids' activities available so they don't get to learn about Robert's Rules of Order today out in the kids' area. Everybody is invited. It's a public meeting. The voting will be taking place among our membership following the meeting. So if you are someone who, like me, kind of geeks out about church governance, even if you're not a member, please stay. If you're not, come back next week and we'll be doing something else. Next Sunday is our annual Memorial Day observance. In addition to honoring our military dead, we'll be remembering the people that we love who have died over the last year. Part of it is we make a slideshow. So if you have someone that you love who has died this year and you would like their name and image included, please send it to me this week. Our White Elephant sale is coming. It will be on June 17th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And drop off of items to sell will start on Thursday, June 1st, which isn't that long from now. The sale is the people in charge of the sale are asking for items that are gently used and in working condition. We're not accepting clothing, electronics like TVs and computers, or anything that's too big to fit in a car. The volunteer signups start today. There's a table in the foyer. There'll be online signups as well. And there's all kinds of tasks that we need help with, from lifting heavy things to counting money to all of the work. Now, let us sing. I invite you into whatever posture helps you sing your best as we sing along with a remote Daryl.
Good morning, everyone. This mortar and stone, these windows and walls, love's earthly home, heating the call. It's bread for the journey, oil for the flame. For people love love, people love hope, people love change. When grace is what welcomes you in, you let away your change. So the promise of love can begin here in this room. Here in these halls, hearts open wide, welcoming all. This mortar and stone, these windows and walls, love's earthly home, hearing the call. It's bread for the journey, oil for the flame. For people love love, people love hope, people love change. Where people love love, people love hope, people love change. We're living out love, living out hope, living out change. Sing out for love, sing out for hope, sing out for change. Now I believe in the sun, in the dark of the night.
Oh,
You say that again, Becky, it wasn't on that. You were mic'd.
Am I mic'd now? Okay. If you're lighting a chalice at home, you're encouraged to type in the box. A chalice is lit in your neighborhood, your street, your town, your state. Thank you. Annual Meeting Invocation by Heather K. Jules. From the power of our memory and history, with high hopes for the days that lie ahead, we gather to craft the destiny we share with one another. We gather with faith in the practice of democracy. We gather with hearts and minds open to the wisdom in every voice among us. In our gathering, may we dream and design a bold future. May we bring our best selves to this service, and may we dream these dreams and do the work with love. Amen.
in addition to our chalice lit here at People's Church, we have chalices in the Millwood neighborhood, on Munson Lake near Grand Junction, in Parkview Hills, and in Friendship Village. It is so lovely to have so many flames today. Today, we get to welcome some of our newest members to the church. It is a day to celebrate. Over the past year, 30 people have joined our church, which is amazing, right? It is a sign that what we are doing here is valuable. It is a sign that we are able to welcome new people in, that being a people of welcome and care is true. So 11% of our church membership has joined over the last year. which is really something. We are living our values of hospitality and inclusion and offering something that the world needs. So in 1892, the members of People's Church adopted a bond of union, a promise that they made to each other. And for the last 131 years, every new member of People's Church has made that same promise, with some slight tweaks to language to make it more inclusive. And so today we are welcoming the newest members of our church community, and we will recite the words of the bond of union together. Even if you're not a member, you're invited to say it along with us. And Tom Hackley, a member of our board of trustees, will lead us. The words are in your order of service.
Each of you has recited these words when you were inducted into membership here, and every year we read them again. So I'd like you to join me in welcoming our new members with a repetition of the bond of union. Earnestly desiring to develop in ourselves and in the world honest, reverent thought, faithfulness to our highest conception of right living, the spirit of love and service to all people, and allegiance towards all the interests of morality and religion, as interpreted by the growing thought and purest lives of humanity. We join ourselves together, hoping to help one another in all good things and advance the cause of pure and practical religion in the community. We base our union upon no creed test, but upon the purpose herein expressed, and welcome all who wish to join us to help establish truth, righteousness, and love in all the world.
And let us welcome some of our newest members. As I call your names, please come forward. Select a chalice for your household from our table of chalices here in the front, and then a board member will help you kindle a flame from our chalice. And then stay up here so we can just get our eyes on you and celebrate you for a minute. There are photos and introductions to many of our newer members in your insert, and will also be shared in the next newsletter. Our newest members include someone who attended People's Church as a teenager, people looking for religious communities in which to raise their families, and a person that became part of our church community when our church helped his family resettle here as refugees from Syria. There are folks who have left the religious traditions they were raised in, lifelong skeptics, and people who claim dual belonging in religious traditions. In addition to the people we are publicly recognizing today, there are also other new members who did not want to have to stand in front of a crowd, and a few others who could not be here today that we will celebrate in the fall. So let us welcome Wayne Bennett and Jen Jacksa. I feel like we're on Price is Right. Come on down. Rachel and Jeff Harms and their children, Georgiana and Penelope, come on down. Michelle and Bridget Nickerson and their children, May, Gigi, Hazel, and Herschel, come on down. And Adham Tayara, come on down. You know, we have some beautiful chalices, so takes a moment.
I want to hold it. I want to hold it.
We are so glad that you are part of our church community. Do you want to cheer for them one more time? Okay. And now I invite you to blow out the flame and go back to your seats.
I want to hold it. No. Hey, I want it.
People's people are generous people. And a few minutes ago, something magical happened. We were singing along with Daryl's video of People of Hope, and then the audio cut out, and everyone in the room here kept singing. Perhaps you all kept singing on Zoom too, but we couldn't hear you. And then when the audio came back, we were on the right syllable. I don't even know how that could have happened. Like, I thought we were off, but we were not. And that feels like the metaphor for this place, right? We carry each other. Things happen, and maybe someone can't do what they thought they could, but the community shows up. People's people show up for each other in so many ways. And here is a non-exhaustive list of things I have been able to witness over the past few weeks. We give each other rides to church. We share our gifts of music with each other. There's someone who mowed the lawn of another people's person who was struggling and is planning to just keep doing that until the other person says stop. We show up for small group conversations in ways where we dive past the shallow small talk and get right to the depth and the meaning. We've helped someone secure housing, and we share our expertise with one another, ranging from making the internet work to parliamentary procedure. There are so many ways that people show up, and I'm sure from where you sit in this congregation, you have witnessed others that I don't even know about. And this is the time where I ask you to continue to be the generous people that you are, this time with your money. The offering will now be received. I trust you to figure out how to pass baskets in this configuration. That might be a bit of an adventure.
please join me in giving thanks for all that sustains us. From the countless gifts we each have been given, gifts of life and love and sustenance, we bring these small portions to share in the works of love which none of us can accomplish alone.
We now come to the time in our gathering where we invite those who wish to share the joys or sorrows or important milestones of their lives. If you are with us on Zoom, I invite you to type what you wish to share into the chat box. If you are here in person, I invite you to come forward, speak briefly, share your name, and place a stone in our bowl of water. I feel like once we start clapping early in the service, we just have to clap for everything, for the rest of it, don't we? That's just how it is. That's just fine. I'm now going to place a few more stones in our bowl for all of the joy and sorrow we are holding quietly in our hearts today, the joy and sorrow in our wider community and in our wider world. Sources of reason and radiance, sources of courage and compassion, keep watch with those who work or watch or weep this day. May the suffering be soothed. May the weary find rest. May the sick be tended. May the dying and those who love them find peace. May the joyous be shielded. And may all of us know that we are wrapped in a love that surrounds us always, a web that connects us to all that exists. I would now like to invite our young people forward for a game.
First of all, what's this? The second
Yeah, so this game, as AJ already pointed out, is called Jenga. Oh, can we kind of stand maybe up this way? We want the grown-ups to be able to see what we're doing, even if they don't get to play right now.
Yeah. That's an oversized Jenga.
It is an oversized Jenga tower. So some of you know this game. Jenga is a game you play with blocks and a stack and a tower. And do any of you know what the word Jenga means?
Yeah, falling down. And
d-
you can't let it fall down.
So Jenga means build in Swahili, which is a language from East Africa. Isn't that a fun fact? So our church, I think, is kind of like a Jenga tower. Can we take 2 steps back from the blocks? And why would you think our church is like a Jenga tower? Yeah?
Because it was doing good. Not doing stuff.
Oh, like COVID knocked it down a bit? That's an interesting idea. What about you, Daphne? We're going to crash it down one day? I hope not. May, what do you think?
Because love builds it up.
Love built it up. I love that answer. What about you?
We switched multiple buildings because they were falling apart.
Oh, we did trade buildings because they were falling apart in our history. That is true. Gigi, do you have a thought? Not yet.
I'm good.
Okay. So the thing that helps, so our church,
Jenga is like falling. Yeah, falling down. You have to build it back up again.
yep, it falls down and you have to build it back up again. I know there are more blocks. So the thing that I think makes our church a little bit like Jenga is in a Jenga tower, it is held together by gravity, right? The blocks aren't going floating off. It might knock it down sometimes, but that's how you build a tower. And the thing that holds our church together are promises. So we just read that promise that all the church members make called the Bond of Union, which had probably a lot of words that you didn't really understand what they meant in it. Yeah. But do you guys have covenants in your classrooms about how you're going to be together?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have one in our board of trustees, and a lot of our groups have promises about how we are going to act with each other. So maybe when something goes a little bit strange, our covenant doesn't fix it, but it can help us build into something new. And when maybe someone like do you want to take this one and put it on top? Like when your family comes and joins our church, something new happens and it gets a little bit stronger. Yeah, you guys can put some more on. Yeah, you can take one off. Oh, we have even more. And so we build it and it changes. That was in the song we all sang earlier. Do people need some more? And it might even topple down, and those can be the big changes that come.
You know, like the hack of Jenga, you just take one on the top and put it back on.
You can't just take one off the top and put it back on. That's cheating. When I play Jenga, I thought the rule is you have to have at least one full row on top of it.
It's like 4 rows.
4 rows? 3 rows?
Down and then you can
Oh, okay. I think everybody has their own house rules on how you play Jenga. But if we work together and we're careful,
It's really wobbly.
it is really wobbly.
Stop! Don't take it. Guys, everybody, we need to try and figure out a way.
And so this was such a good example. It got wobbly. Someone said stop, and we're all figuring out a strategy for how to keep building and how to keep growing and how to keep changing. And our church probably isn't going to fall down, although there was a tornado that took the roof off about this roof, there was a tornado about 45 years ago that took the roof off. So big things can happen. I know, it's a little bit scary. But people put a new roof on, and the church kept going. And that's kind of how the church works.
How did the tornado even come over here?
I don't know who the meteorologist is in town who can explain how tornadoes work. That's beyond my pay grade, Gigi.
It out. Somebody grab it.
So,
Carefully pull it out.
can we take our hands off this tower for a moment?
Yeah. Please take your hands off.
And it's still standing. You guys are really good at this. And what we're gonna do next is, so our service is ending now, and it's gonna be potluck time, and then congregational meeting time. And so what I want you to help me do is, do you know the song that the grown-ups always sing to you when it's time to go to class?
Go forth in peace.
Can you guys help Savannah sing it to the whole congregation? So we're gonna sing everybody out to go get in the potluck line. Oh, that one's not gonna come off. Be careful. Go forth in peace in search of wisdom, with love to guide you on your way, and may the joy of life surround you wherever you may go. Go forth in peace in search of wisdom, with love to guide you on your way, and may the joy of life surround you wherever you I think it will fall over. Go. Yeah, so if you don't want to get hit with a block, you might want to take a step back, because I think it's going to fall over before too long. But this is a time to go back and... There we go! It didn't... I know. Okay, do you guys want to build something new? Or you could go get in line and get food. Okay, go in peace, go in love. Be back here in 25 minutes for a congregational meeting.